In 1999, my mother, brother, and I, we left Ecuador. It was during a period of time of very unstable economic crisis in the country. During that time, it was also what is considered to be the second wave of mass immigration of Ecuadorians abroad. So we were part of that. My mother was also, she's a survivor of gender-based violence. So that also played into that piece of sort of looking and seeking for opportunities for her to succeed and give what she could, the best she could to her children, my brother and myself. Came to Iowa really following the footsteps of my aunt, who graduated from veterinary school at Iowa State University, and then my brother, of course, who was recruited by her and supported by her to finish school at Iowa State University. So I followed their footsteps and really seeking a better educational opportunity for me. We are really connected. I think it's also part of the immigration experience that we had, coming very young and having watched my mom, work many jobs, sometimes 2 or 3. Excuse me. And so just having to watch her struggle and really sacrifice it all to help us succeed or help us have the opportunities for us to fight and achieve our dreams and goals. So I think that experience really made us be really connected. It really is the community itself that has motivated me. So when I came to Iowa, I started working directly with the immigrant community, learning from them, listening to their stories, to their challenges, but also to their strengths and their successes and what they identified as success. And so really learning from them and really was the inspiration for me to be involved in programming or in grassroots organizing or youth development or support. I am the new executive director at the Iowa Coalition Against Domestic Violence. It's been a really great and new experience for me in this leadership role. So the coalition really represents 23 member programs. So member programs are nonprofits doing direct service work with gender-based violence, specifically domestic violence survivors. And we represent the advocates that work there in those programs. We do training, technical assistance, any kind of support that they need. By Iowa Code, we certify their credentials to do advocacy work with direct clients, direct service provider work. The experiences of me learning within the community, especially with those survivors of domestic violence, was really what drove me into my research and graduate professional career, and then now here. So I think it's kind of like this like almost 180, that I started really doing the service provider work and listening to the survivors that needed most support, undocumented survivors of violence. And now I'm in this position where I can continue to do my leadership and work grounded on those experiences.
Her passion for our community is super inspiring. She is a very humble leader. She does so many different things. She has done so much research and provided tools for our community to thrive, especially survivors of domestic violence, now within her role at the Iowa Coalition Against Domestic Violence. And she doesn't seek recognition. She does things, and if people find out that she's behind it, great. It's not really something that she's after, and it's a characteristic that I highly admire and appreciate on a leader.
My personal definition of prosperity, I think, is obviously beyond the economic piece. I think it's more about fulfillment. It's about your dreams, goals, your desires in life, and achieving those, but also being in the process of achieving those. So making steps every day to achieve those things that you desire in life. Because sometimes I think we typically forget about the process and we just want the achievements, the successes, the outcomes, but the process is really what teaches you the hard lessons. So I am really lucky, I would say now, that at this stage in my life, I feel like I'm prosperous and I am fulfilling like my life purpose, I think. And so I would say fulfillment is the word that comes to mind. Hola todos, hello everyone. I am very happy to be here with all of you today, virtually but still in community, and I want to thank the entire team at the Iowa International Center for everything you do every day and for this special virtual ceremony to honor and recognize incredible global Iowans. I am truly honored to receive the Passport to Prosperity Award, and of course I want to thank Kenya Calderon, who nominated me and who's a friend, colleague, and my activist sister in the immigrant rights movement. And I also want to take time to acknowledge that this is a really important space, that events like this are really important because we are intentionally making space to uplift the lived experiences of immigrants and people of color, our history, our ancestors, our culture. And this ceremony really recognizing the hard work and effort of immigrants and refugees will certainly have an impact in the next generation of immigrant youth and immigrant children of color in general. I am also very humbled to share this space with the 2020 cohort of Passport to Prosperity awardees, who are amazing trailblazers, entrepreneurs, leaders, advocates, and so much more. So I want to thank them for all their work in the community. And I'm also looking forward to hearing from you and learning about your story. Additionally, I will be remiss if I don't acknowledge the immigrant women who have paved the way for women like me and who have also been part of the Passport to Prosperity awards in the past. So they've been recognized in the past, and so these are Elizabeth Valcarcel, Barwaco Adam, Hibo Jama, Alba Perez, Sonia Parras, and so many more that I may not know. So I want to thank you all for your efforts with the immigrant community, refugees, and the asylum-seeking community, and for all your work that you continue to do in the gender-based violence movement. Finally, I wouldn't be an immigrant if it wasn't for my mother, whose courageous, lovely, hardworking self has really helped drive and shape who I am today. Mami, a usted le debo todo por todo lo que ha hecho por nosotros. Voy a estar siempre agradecida por todo su esfuerzo en sacarnos adelante. Thank you for all you have done for us, for all your hard work, for sacrificing it all, your family, your community, your culture, your language, to give us a better opportunity in this country. I will forever love you and be thankful. I love you, Mommy.